Hello YouTube, this is CaptPlanet, and I am returning after a very long hiatus. I'm sorry about that, I work retail, it's Christmassy time, so it happens. But I have an exciting review today. We are reviewing DR's Persona 4, the animation, Izanagi no Okami. It's a super form of Izanagi, or the level up version, or whatever. And this is our box, and it's all boxy. We have these things, and got both of them right here. It's very cool. The D-artsies and D-arts in the box, and it's a box, and it's still a box with warning labels and barcodes and crap. So, moving on from the less interesting part. Oh no, it all fell. Man, talk about the figure. Yeah. Here is Izanagi no Okami. Okay, step one. We need to notice that he has Izanagi feet. He's got weird spindly feet, so the question is, will he stand? No, he will not stand. His feet are actually on ball joints, so they kind of, yep, my figure just took a face plant. Okay, we're good. Okay, so out of the box, these are not actually attached to these. You have to plug them in because the figure is too tall for the box. And that actually kind of becomes a problem a little bit later in the review here. But looking at the figure, I mean, geez, this guy, look at him. He's got no focus. He's got some crazy good sculpted detail. These red eyes, they really pop. He looks so good in this gold paint. Oh my, I have fallen in love with this gold paint. I really have. It's everywhere on the figure, and it looks amazing. It shines. Oh, looking at one thing, these fingers are those same janky rubbery fingers that we've gotten before, and I hate these so much. I mean, look at them, they're all janked up out of the box. It's only these hands, these are the generic hands that are just on him when he comes in the box, so it's none of the cool hands, but still, that sucks. It can be easily fixed, it's just, what the hell? They're all smashed together and pointy and weird, and then we look here. One thing that I didn't point out in the Izanagi review is the crotch plate weirdly, like, shimmers. That's something weird to be fixating on, but, like, it's incredibly noticeable here, and I'm sorry, that's really random. I might edit that out, probably not. And then, oh my god. Okay, these are not as easy as they're not easy to pop out, I just keep knocking them off. And look at those feet, they got some good sculpted detail. And looking up at his hair tendril things, even these have, you know, some moderate amount of detail. And that silver. Oh, these are holes in here. You can see my finger through them. Okay, I'm moving on. This figure, he looks gorgeous. And for posability, I'm also gonna apologize right now. He is really tall, and I think that I can... Okay, there we go. He's still really tall, and it's hard to get him all in the frame. But he's a beautiful figure, though. Posability, he has quite a lot of it, and he's got some interesting things going on. So looking at the feet, he has ball-jointed feet that I keep ripping off. I don't know why. I swear they don't pop off easy. I just keep doing it. He has double-jointed knees, but it's hard with the cape, as always. He has some crazy leg articulation. it moves in like that. Mine doesn't want to move out on this leg. It's on a weird cut. There's a cut right here, and I like the way that this looks. I feel like some type of execution isn't there. See, this one barely twists that way, and yeah, it twists that way. Yeah, but I feel like something might shred or something because I can't see it. And you can't actually get... Oh, you can get to the ball. You can't even really get to the ball joints down there. Sorry, everybody just saw his crotch for about a minute. My bad. He's actually got some good upper torso movement. That is not bad. I mean, you've seen riders that can't even do this. So that's pretty good. It looks like there's articulation here. There isn't. It's up here. I thought that there was some down here. If there is, I can't move it. Shoulders, they have a cover right here, and they pull it off real well with some limiting things. Like, you can't move the arm too far this way. It moves fine this way. Mine has a weird janky problem where, like, if you listen closely, you see it pops out. I don't know if that's intentional or not, but look at you, the joint falls out. And I can push it back in with like a sickening crack. But when it's out like that, it's incredibly loose. I'll pop it in a minute. And then he has single joint over 90, so he's winning in the arms department. He has full ball jointed wrists, and you can just be, that's so cute. Referencing another review, and let's get one more. Pay some homage to one of the first reviews I ever did. Interesting, CaptPlanet. Very interesting. Okay. That's the last of the homages. I'm sorry for the dogs clickety-clacketing on the hardwood. He has a very limited neck joint. His head moves up and down, but it's very limited. It's due to the way that the neck is designed. I don't know if it pulls out. Yeah, this one doesn't pull out like the original Izanagi's. I kind of wish it did, especially with like this type of head. But it emotes side to side. It can be like, what you doing? And then the coolest part here is these are on hinges. And he gets crazy tall if you stand him on his feet, and then you stand him on here. And then we pull the camera off, and we pull it behind everything. And then you see how CaptPlanet rolls, and then you see his light box. And then we put the camera down, and then we pick it back up. And you see how tall he is. He is crazy tall with them all the way up. But you would never do that. And these end up kind of being a pain because you have to account for them in the display. But I like them. They give him a sense of movement almost. It's really awesome. And yeah, so let's move on to hands and accessories. First off, we have calm hands. We have calm hands. And we have these very beautifully sculpted hands. These technically come from the old Izanagi, but beautifully sculpted, interesting hands that, you know, they like beckon you or they call you. And unlike Konohana, these are drilled properly. I can't believe that I have to say that, but these are drilled properly. I think. I don't know, they're ball jointed too, unlike Konohana's, which are just pegs. So even if they're not drilled properly, they can at least be posed to look like it. And then we get some crazy beautiful holding things hands, which they're made of that soft rubbery, not rubbery, but soft plastic, but when you look at the hands, they're all they're much more thicker, and the way that the hand is sculpted here, or the thumb is sculpted in, it actually makes locking the sword in a lot easier. And as you can see, look at that gold shimmer. Beautiful gold. Beautiful, beautiful gold. And then the star weapon of the show is not fully constructed because it comes in the box like this. And I guess I'll show you how to put it together. First off, there's a hole. There's peg on one side. There's a hole inside this. There's a hole right here. Don't be an idiot like CaptPlanet and plug it in like this, because then you'll have a gap. Note that there's a very specific way that this gets plugged in. You just go plug in on top, push in on bottom, and then you have the sword thing. And it's pretty sharp. I take that back, it's actually pretty sharp. And it's pretty good sculpted. It doesn't have that same gold shine though. But it does have the good silver. Look at that. Look at that right there. Looking right here. Just looks awesome. Really like the paint job on this figure. Just all the way. Looks so good. Bringing back in the figure, for like loose joints and stuff, there's nothing loose. I am very pleased with the QC on this guy. He's solid. Maybe this is a little bit loose. The peg hole does need to be tightened up, but that can be used like nail polish or something, just like clear nail polish in here, or on his last accessory, which is the stand every single one of the Personas has. Yeah, this is the same one. I don't really have much to say about these anymore. I've said it a million times. I think that these stands are nice. They're huge though. So displaying a crap ton of Personas at once can get pretty scary for space. And this is what I'm talking about with the peg hole. Watch. Hold on, I have to kind of bend him into some type of flight pose or whatever. Hold on. No matter where you move him, he wants to sway back down. And that is due to the peg either not being big enough or the hole not being big enough. So he just kind of swings back down. Once that's tightened up, you'll actually be able to pose him, and like jam him on the stand like this and he'll stay. But for now, yeah, that's more of a me problem. That's not an everybody problem. Some people are fine with this, but that's like one of the more notable QC problems. There are minor little paint defects, like I don't even think that I can get it on camera. Yeah, I can. There's some tiny little paint right there, and I have some stray paint. You can see it in my photos. I have a tiny bit of spray over on this eye between these two eyepieces right here where my thumb is kind of rubbing against. Not on this side. But overall, the paint is really good. I can forgive things like this and the spray over due to how close they need to get to do the detailing on these. And it's fine, and like I said, the paint used is gorgeous. The figure is just absolutely great. Just great. And I know that I've pretty much gushed now, but we're going to move into final thoughts where I can just ramble on and on and on, and you guys can see a ton of pictures, unlike the other times where it's like 9. Yeah, we're stepping things up. Final thoughts. D-Art's Izanagi no Okami is a great release with the just beautiful paint that is on this figure. It is so well made. The paint, the silver, it pops, it shines. The gold is almost hypnotic in how it shimmers. The figure itself is just beautifully sculpted. It it has so much intricate small detail that you don't really see it until you look right at it. The QC on this figure is real solid. To be honest, I was thinking about giving up on the D-Arts Persona line for a little while, but Izanagi no Okami really brought me back in with just being an overall solid release that does everything that it needs to do, and it does it so well. Even with the kind of messed up calm hands, the weird shoulder joint problem, it still is just really strong in just execution, look, everything. This thing has such a big presence, even just on the shelf when you look at it. It's truly a sight to behold. Now the question is, should you get this? If you have been collecting these, absolutely. This is probably right up there with like Thanathus and Izanagi, and to a little bit lesser extent Jiraiya. And it's so good. Even if you just like this design, like you don't even know anything about Persona 4 or the anime anything, I can still recommend this figure because it is just so beautiful, and just it's not even that very expensive. It costs me about maybe $45 on AmiAmi, something like that. I don't know the yen conversion rate at the moment, and you can even get them on Big Bad Toy Store for 50 something dollars plus shipping. It's and it is absolutely worth $50 at the Bluefin release. So, this has been CaptPlanet, and I'll see you guys next time.